going?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Good weather today. Finally.
Hey everybody, it's Tristan Eamon with Mindful Living Realty. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I talk everything about moving to Rapid City and the wonderful things about Rapid City and the Black Hills. Today, we're off to talk to the Joneses, to talk to them about their moving to Rapid City story.
For about the past 4 years, I knew that I wanted to move out of our home state. And I had been looking, and James was not really on board at the time. And so last year, I want to say that it was about a year ago this month, a friend of mine that I had been going to like a women's book club with, she had said that her grandmother had told her all these, great things about South Dakota. And I said, oh my gosh, tell me more. What is up with South Dakota? And so she said that this side, Rapid City in particular, was a lot like where we lived. And James and I lived in a small mountain community. And there were trees and a lot of snow and just fresh air. And so I started to look into it, and I thought that Rapid City was just kind of more of our jam versus Sioux Falls. And so we went to go see them, right? Do you want to take that part of it?
I went to go see them, and they were very excited about moving, and they made it sound really good. And I guess in that moment, I just kind of started thinking, what's really keeping me here in California? Don't have a deep family connection there other than my in-laws and my mother, but there was really nothing to rationalize staying there given everything that was going on. Having lost my job twice last year, having to change professions, we just weren't thriving. And years before, I was the one that brought up possibly moving because of where we live. I knew it was beautiful, and I figured there's other places in this country that might be easier to get by in that are just as beautiful, if not even more so. So seeing her excitement about just them moving, said, hey, how can I not do this for her? Let's give it a shot. As long as we're together, we're all right. So let's see what else is out there.
Yeah. So after James told me in our grocery store parking lot that we could do this, obviously his prereqs were, I have to be able to find a job and we have to be able to sell our house.
Yes.
And so
and we need to find a house.
And we need to find a house. And so for me, because of us purchasing a home prior that year, I kind of already knew the steps that we needed to take. And I knew that we needed to find a realtor, we needed to find a lender, and really just start that process. So I got on YouTube right away and just started, putting South Dakota, realtors, South Dakota in itself. So it was not only researching realtors, but I was researching what the state was even about. Yeah. Because at the time, we didn't have the luxury to put a lot of money into traveling, especially with the way that our state at the time was with their travel conditions. It wasn't like we can just get up and go here and there and everywhere. So I saw a man in a chicken suit, I believe it was, and was like, what is this guy about? And lo and behold, it was you. And I started watching a lot of your videos. There was a few of them where I think you made a makeshift chair out of snow, I believe it was.
Yes, I did that.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so I started looking into yours, and so what really caught my eye was you got in your car and you went to the supermarket and you started to show the prices of meat and eggs and your favorite ice cream. And I just really appreciated your quirkiness. Can that be a compliment?
I take it as
He knows. Okay.
He knows.
Yeah, so I started showing my husband your videos and things like that, and we just kind of knew right away. I was just like, I
will say, she says, I want to go with this guy. And I've learned a long time ago, yeah, okay, fine, no problem. Do it, send him an email, okay. Yeah, and that's how that started.
Yeah, so he just kind of went along with whatever, but that's what really spoke to me was just your time and dedication to go out and show what it was really like.
Yeah, not just the houses.
Yeah, you didn't sit in your office and you didn't say, well, these are the stats, these are the numbers, give me a call. You know, it wasn't anything like that. It was like, no, let me show you what life is really like out here. And you had more videos like that, but the grocery store one, because we have 6 children, that spoke volumes to me because that's where I spend the majority of my time.
Sure, and money, huh?
And
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
So,
I get that.
James started looking for jobs right away, and he was able to acquire a job.
Yeah, I applied a lot of stuff on Indeed. I just applied to a few different places, and I got a response back from Sam's Club here in town. And literally, I talked to one guy one day, set up a phone interview to call him the next day. He wasn't there, so I spoke to this other lady, and we just had a conversation. It wasn't anything. She wanted to know a little bit about me, but we just had a conversation. And the things, once I got here, I understood what the job market was like and how people need people. So just with my experience and everything, she was able to offer me a position as a lead, which actually worked out better for us. Offered me the job in January and held it until March when we got here. And so 3 days later, after we got here, I started work.
Yeah. It's got to everything work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll say that, you know, we didn't have the luxury of coming here, so we had to look at pictures, photos, all that, different houses that were listed. Just you being available and willing to drive wherever we wanted you to drive to go show us a house, you know, that helped out a lot.
And what I really appreciated, not only your knowledge of the area and your experience, but when you would go into the home, you would take your shoes off, and you were very meticulous about feeling the floors with your feet so that you could tell us, oh, this is a little off here. And you were able to be our eyes because we would Zoom with you. And just your willingness to do that, of not being like, no, you need to come and we need to do this, which was an option, but just understanding our circumstance, your willingness to say, okay, I'm going to go a little bit above and beyond here and take you guys to different locations, Zoom it, and, you know, oh, here's the cabinets, like just things that we wouldn't have thought to maybe look at to do over Zoom, right?
Because I wouldn't even known if I was here to understand what the varying angles on the floor would mean. I would have no idea. Right. I would have just thought, hey, they just built it weird. You know, so you telling us about foundations and how things move around here, that really helped out. Yeah.
And just your knowledge of like the weather change, because obviously it's different in our home state and what we're used to. But just how that coincided with the particular area of
because we had no idea. I mean, things are so different in different parts of the town as far as weather goes. Yeah. It's bizarre. Like, it's okay here, then you go out here, there's mosquitoes, and then you go over here, it's crazy windy, and it's just, you know, you go out to Box Elder and the wind is just insane, you know, and then you come back. It's just, we wouldn't have known any of that. We just figured, I mean, we've only been in California our whole lives, so. Yeah, right. And maybe it's colder in one area, but we don't know. We don't know how things are around here.
And even though you were local to the area, I found that you were very, you kept it light and you kept it fun, but also professional.
And honest, yeah.
And honest, yeah. And you were very professional in the manner of entering that person's home and just, you know, not leaving the lights on or not leaving the door unlocked.
Or just telling us, I'm not living this house for you guys.
Yeah. And just because of our basic needs.
You know what we needed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How we were able to get this house is what I really appreciated about your services is I told you that we needed a lender, and you gave me like your top 5 of who you would go with. And it was like, okay, this person does this, This one does this. This is who I prefer. And so we were able to go with the lender that you had preferred to us, or referred, excuse me. And then we got that whole process started of seeing exactly what we were able to afford and what was in our budget. And just knowing, leading with that step first is always best, because then, you know, you could have been looking at $1 million homes for us.
We have found some big ones anyway.
We would have found nice ones.
That's waste of time.
But having that step done, and even though you were willing to drive half an hour, 45 minutes to go look at a home, none of the houses were available to us because either a offer was in already,
Or 50 offers were in.
yeah, and so we had to be really aggressive in that particular market at that time. And so this house had been sitting for a few months, and we found out that it was a governor's home. And through our lender, we found out that we were able to qualify for it. And at the drop of the hat, she told me that I needed to get you over there immediately, because houses were just slipping through our fingers at this point. And just the fact that you dropped what you were doing to hurry up and quickly get over here and again go through the house as you typically do and checking everything out.
In the snow, if I remember correctly.
In the snow,
Yes.
absolutely. You've gone in rain and snow.
I
You've
can
gone
believe
through a few different conditions to get over here. And yeah, you walked through the house and you showed it to us, and we were able to put in an offer, and it was accepted.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how we got the house.
I think one of the coolest things about the property that we got for you guys is the fact that upstairs is new.
Yes.
And basically we got kind of a newer home on the upstairs.
Mhm.
It's all new.
Yeah.
It's all
And
new.
it's just crazy.
Yeah,
For
and
the
we-
price we got for it. I mean, the,
And we
and the
found,
bigness of it for,
Yeah.
you know.
and we found out after moving here, you know, just the neighbors and stuff, they told us that they saw them dig this thing out, pour a whole new basement, foundation,
Mhm.
everything. So everything is new.
Everything is new. Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't have that big of a basement downstairs because it was a 1-bed, 1-bath house.
Okay.
And so they demolished it, redid and dug everything out and put the concrete walls up and everything.
We had
So
no idea.
so everything in this house is new. So thank you.
Been here 8 months now.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, it has. I just did the math the other day, and I'm just glad.
spring.
Yeah, I love that everything is close. I mean, we used to have to drive down a mountain to do everything.
Yeah.
You know, some places are remote. We have friends that live quite a bit of ways away, like going to see them. You know, they have properties and stuff with some acreage, and it's nice. But I do like the convenience of everything being close.
Right.
You know, we're able to do everything in town. We don't, in California, especially where we're from, you have to drive quite a bit, you know, to most things. I mean, there are stores and stuff like that, but we would be in one town, our church was in another town, you know, stuff like that, or even just a commute to work. You know, the lady that I used to work for, some of her places where I would go help out, I mean, on a good day with traffic would take maybe 45 minutes to an hour, but when you're trying to drive home, I mean, 2.5, 3 hours to get home. You know, so that's
halfway across the state for us.
yeah, and it's 10 minutes to work for me.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have to sit here and leave an hour early, go deal with that, add a couple hours to my work day just because of driving. You know, and then I work late, so coming home, not a big deal. It's just, you know, a few minutes and I'm here. And there's no traffic, so I'll probably get in here in under 10 minutes. But I do like that. My kids can ride their bikes on the streets, they can play outside, you know. I mean, it's a relatively quiet neighborhood. I have nice neighbors, which is really cool because we've had some bad ones, you know, in the past, but
Not because of anything we did.
maybe
I wouldn't think any other way.
But yeah, I mean, I do like that we were able to kind of just fit in pretty quick. I mean, we made some friends right away with where we were staying prior to moving here. Then once we started a community with school for our kids, you know, that's been working out. Found a church finally after a while, and finally starting to get roots here. And we've done this before, so we know that it takes time. When we first moved up to our last house, I mean, it took us a while, but, you know, after about a few years, you know, I mean, it was home. So, you know, we're getting used to everything, but, you so far so good in the direction we're headed and the opportunities that we're here. I mean, you start getting here and you think, okay, this is a great home. It's a few minutes from downtown. We got it at a decent price. Just looking at the way that the market is going, on the low end, we're still up. It's still worth more than what we paid for it. On the high end, I'm like, I can't believe that they're giving us that kind of an estimate. But I told her, in a few years, this could pay off in a big way and we could get into that house that has a few acres, So I always look at it as a stepping stone to the next thing. That's what I told her when we bought our last house. Once you get in and you own a home, it changes your position and what you can do. Because if we hadn't bought that home in 2019, we wouldn't be here today.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I think what I really enjoy about Rapid City in general, what they do say is true. If you don't like the weather, just wait a minute, it'll change. Because we have seen it be so windy and what we're normally used to in regards to wind, being on top of a mountain. Versus here, it's very different, vastly different. But I like the wind.
Yeah.
I like the wind, I like the cold, I like snow and things like that. And so within a few minutes it was gone. So I'm a little disappointed in the snow though, because
Just wait.
it
Come
snowed.
March,
It
we'll get snow.
It snowed a few times and I went out so excited and there was nothing. So, but I'm excited for the Christmas season to come up. I see that they already set up the ice skating rink downtown. Oddly enough, there's a lot to do downtown in regards to especially the summer. We were able to just be walking downtown and they were holding concerts for the Splash Pad, and they have a good movie theater downtown where they ran a summer program for the kids to go watch.
From pool passes that we had, they could go to
Movies.
different pools and stuff. That was nice.
That was nice. Yeah, the indoor water park was nice. That was fun. But just the people really is probably my favorite thing.
Once the weather, starts to get a little bit warmer and stuff, because I know we're heading into winter, but once it gets warmer, then I want to start to do more of the outdoorsy things that everybody talks about, and really start to see more than just Mount Rushmore, which was pretty awesome, but I haven't really had a chance to do much more. But I know there's a lot more out there because people do it, and they're always talking about it. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, because a lot of locals will agree that, you could do fishing. If there's a lake, you can fish in it. There's hunting, there's hiking, and we buy our meat at the farmer's market now, which is very new to us. Instead of the grocery store, where
People
we're
talking
used
about,
to.
hey, why don't you buy half a cow? What the heck are you talking about? People do that?
Yeah, we are now looking into buying whole pigs, cows, all of those things.
Yep. We bought a whole beef from a rancher for the past, 8 years maybe.
Well, I definitely need that information from you because that is a thing. And I think that South Dakota is definitely wearing on us, because in our home state, it was a lot of
Convenience.
And this is the local health food store and things like that. And I think just because of how the community is, you want to support your local farmers
There's a lot
and
of farm to
ranchers.
tables here.
Yeah.
And I think it's neat too because you learn that people out here do a lot more. I mean, I knew some people who would do stuff, for themselves back home, but not a whole lot. It was just so easy, but just learning okay, there are skill sets that people have out here that might be valuable to learn. And then also, you meet people and you start talking to them hey, I want to show you how to do this. Oh, okay, great. So now we're talking to people about canning and different things like that you can get it's crazy. Right. But they're willing. They just like to show people how to do it. And then I've in turn learned a few things just working around the house and making improvements and stuff. Okay, now I can show somebody else how to do that. So it's kind of, a lot of people have a lot of information, a lot of skills and stuff around here that I think are valuable to know.
In our home state, it was very much to yourself. It was very much you do for yourself, and we didn't really know what to do for ourselves in case of an emergency. And while you're out here, I love that you touched on that, of the skill set. It's just people are like, oh, I don't know how to do this, then I'm going to learn how to do this, and I'm going to share the information. I recently went to, so the city of Rapid City itself holds free outdoor, I guess it's called outdoor adventure.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Yep.
Yeah, so it's just this building that every month they have certain skill sets from shooting, gun safety, Dutch oven cooking. Right now they have ice fishing on how to cheat, or archery, and it's free. It's free. You can just sign up and you can go, and they have an instructor to teach you basic skills that I feel that we should have known our whole life, but unless you really like the outdoor kind of life, then this is definitely the place to be.
Oh, and the simplicity of everything, we went to get your driver's license. I mean, we made an appointment, but I was in and out in 15 minutes. That's unheard of in California.
Yeah.
Or even going to the doctor's office. It's so fast and, not so rushed. And I was like, well, you don't have hundreds of thousands of people in this county. Everybody trying to go to the doctor. You make an appointment, you got to schedule it like a month and a half out or something like that. I like that. And again, just everything being so simple, registering my cars. I mean, a nightmare. You wouldn't do it. You would wait until the very last minute to do it back in California.
Which, by the way, I like that we don't have to smog our vehicles.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I was just thinking that because we got an oil change and I saw a smog sticker in the windshield. I was like, dang, it's car smog. We haven't even talked about that. Every year the price is going up. Even though it's an old car, we got both our cars. Well, we didn't pay a whole lot to register the cars.
Nope.
But for doing both of them, that would have been maybe one. Back in California, and we would have had to do that twice. So, yeah, I like that part of it. Just the, just being able to live your life and, pay for the things. There are services and stuff to offer, but it's reasonable. Not paying as much for, utilities and stuff like that. You save some money there, insurance-wise.
Compared to what we were paying,
yeah,
for sure.
To what we were
it's
paying.
Definitely a slash in what we were paying just to run this house. I'd say probably a month, like our bills average like about $400, which is way less than what we were paying in California. Like our gas bill is only $10.
And running, everything here pretty much is electric, right? So running the electricity, running the air conditioner during the summertime would never do it in California. You're gonna have an $800 light bill.
Oh, yeah.
So I think the most I got up to here was $260, but that was running it almost every day, and all day. So, okay, I can do that. Would never consider doing that in California. It's insane how much it costs.
So lastly, we just want to thank you for your time and your energy that you helped us get our home. I have always wanted a brand new home, so you were able to make that dream come true in that, and we just appreciate you, your company, your family. It really feels like even over Zoom while we were still in California, it still felt like a friendship, and you just didn't leave us here. And really quickly, I love this story. You just happened to stop by and you brought a map and you listed out, hand wrote all of the places that we needed to go see and everything that we needed to visit. And to me, that just meant so much of like, they're new, I want to do this for them. So that has always been one of my favorite stories about you, besides the chicken soup on your videos.
Yeah, we're eternally grateful, and you'll forever be our friend. We are just so thankful that you did what you did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching. Be sure to watch this video on the reasons why people are still moving to Rapid City in 2022. And then check out this playlist. Thanks again, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And remember, love where you live.